Welcome back, Bobblefans. Come inside and grab a seat because there's some stuff going on. We left off last episode in the aftermath of an explosion inside Mechminster Abbey. Quintilius had to physically restrain Duncan as he woke up, saw the fire, and got so excited that he wanted to add to the burning. Now that they've had time to make nicey nice, we get to catch up to them and see what they're up to. And we asked you last week, what do you think they should do? Should they stay or should they go now? Should they stay? Should they hang out at Mechminster and help out? Should they take off? There's been an explosion. You don't want to be implicated in that. Maybe they should head back to Diamond City. Most of you said that they should stick around in Mechminster and help out. Seems like the nice thing to do. These are nice guys. A few days have passed. In game time, at least. Let's see what they decided. We're at Mechminster right now. We're kind of setting up. Not that you have to stay here, but you're definitely here long enough that it's good to get familiar with Mechminster and what it is, made out of the old church that it is.
Definitely gonna stop us.
So I did like all these little things. I used AI to generate the characters that we've met, and I generated each of the areas, some of the main areas that you'll go around. So Mechminster, just to give a little bit of insight. So we have some main areas you guys have already visited, like the pulpit. That's where Reverend Riveter is. So as far as uses, like gameplay, what it offers for you is she's the one that's doing a lot of the weapon crafting and armor crafting, right? I wrote her out. She is like a level 17. She's a beefcake. Like all the sisters that run this place, the members.
Like at the Forge, right?
Yeah. They're called Sisters of the Forge. And they are renowned blacksmiths, like the best blacksmiths throughout the Commonwealth. So she's got everything that you need as far as crafting weapons and armor. Sister Geiger, she's upstairs. She's doing a lot of the radioactive experiments and stuff like that. So when you need rad treatment, she's the one that will help you out with that. She also does some of the. It's a makeshift medical station. She can't do much, but she does a little bit. And there's actually a perk called it's like Quack Doctor or something like that. So she treats people, but she sometimes uses booze. So
you say glues?
Booze.
Oh, booze.
Alcohol. It's like, well, I don't have the meds that I need because they don't really like chems, but hey, a little bit of holy wine will do the trick. So I gave her that. So she's kind of your rad
you should do cocaine about it.
And treatment place. Then there is Limbo, which is where everybody's sleeping. All the pews are set up. People have done makeshift cook stations. You realize like they have all these like a cook station is nothing to make. You just start a little fire, put a pot over it. There's somebody working throughout the pews. Her name is Mother Watkins. So she's tending everybody. She's teaching everybody how to make what they call pew stew, which it's like it's water and a vegetable of your choice. The church does have the means. They have a small indoor greenhouse type of thing. They grow a lot of carrots because it's cheap. So pew stew is typically a lot of carrot-based stock. So she's helping people there. That's where a lot of people seek refuge. So if you're ever looking for information and rumors and stuff like that, that's probably the place that it happens. And then there's the confessional, which is that's the weapons. That's like the shop. It's a small trade station, so they don't have access to a lot. Their availability is much lower as far as rarity goes. Like it's like rarity 0 because it's such a small trade station. There's been problems with the trade route. So that's like the level of rarity that you're able to buy there. But she is also a renowned blacksmith, but she specializes in weapons. So where Riveter does like weapon, like melee weapons and armor, she does like your guns. So she'll do gun mods and stuff like that. But she does work in the confessional.
She's fine.
So she values information more than she values caps. So she likes some gossip. So as part of the deal, like when you come to buy stuff from her, you have to confess something to her. That's staying in. You have to confess something to her, and the juicier the rumor, the juicier the information, the better the discount that she's going to offer you.
So, just as a hypothetical, James went in and he was just like, "I'm gonna sell you my Brahmin milk," and she's like, "Okay, now tell me a secret." He's like, "It's not really Brahmin milk."
I'll pay double. Yeah, I don't know how interested she is in buying the Brahmin milk.
It's super milk.
Side note too, though, you should have 2 portions of Brahmin milk. Yeah, minus 2 common materials, because you're gonna have to put the Brahmin milk in something. So I assume you put it in a container of some sort. But you were milking that Brahmin, so unless you're cupping it in your hands,
I don't even have common materials.
You just sucked it right out.
We'll assume you have 2.
I picked up a pot in
in
Limbo.
Yeah,
you can have some of my uncommon material.
So you have 2 portions of Brahmin milk because that's what you were doing. Everything went down before. And that's something. So as you build your settlements, a Brahmin feed trough is actually a place. It's a structure that you can attach to a settlement that you're building. And if you have a Brahmin, the Brahmin provides fertilizer every day. And if you have somebody tending to the Brahmin, it gives you Brahmin milk every day. So you can get into the mechanics of really working a settlement as far as you want to go. There's a whole bunch of things.
Get an explosive station.
Having a Brahmin feed trough attracts. So when other people start showing up to the settlement, they're more likely to have a Brahmin with them because you can account for it.
Yeah.
Building a feed trough.
So that's the basics of Mechminster. They make what money they do make. They get it from the medical treatment that Geiger does, which is very little, and a little bit through the little trade station that they have in the confessional. Their resources are, they've taken, it used to be like a little observatory built on the side of the church where people, before the war, would go out and reflect after the sermon. Like big glass windows, they were able to just look out at the garden back at that time. Obviously, there's no garden now, but all those windows made for a really good greenhouse. So they've been able to adapt that to build a greenhouse. They have indoor beds, which they grow a lot of carrots. People tend to that. They have water pumps out back, like drilled into the ground. They're not great, but they do the job. And then people work to boil the water and make sure everything's fine. What power they do need is generated. They do have like a couple large power generators that make a lot of noise. And they have a couple windmills built onto some of the steeples on top of the church. That's all the resources. This is how Mechminster works. Feel free to burn it to the ground after all that work. So that is our interlude there. It's been 3 days since Joel exploded.
And I would have a lot more than 2 Brahmin milk.
You would if you milk them every day. You would do literally 2 Brahmin milk every day.
6
that implies that the Brahmin is pregnant, right? You could get a little baby.
Hey. So now that we're trusted by the settlement, we're able to actually do like settlement tasks and help out and see what we want to do. So we're going to work through 3 days of at the settlement, and then from there, I'm not going to tell you guys have to stay there, but yeah, things will start happening, and then you make your way. But we definitely have 3 days that we're at Mechminster. So the as far as resources and stuff go, they are like everything is just as they need. On days that they don't have quite enough food, those the sisters, the named ones, they actually will take turns not eating, just to make sure that the people that are coming in have food. Types of things that you can do during your stay at Mechminster, unless you have another idea. But you can help out with the hunting and gathering. You can help out with scavenging to find materials, which helps with building. You can help out with guard. Currently, there's one person that kind of patrols the whole thing. If there's ideas of things that you want to add on to the settlement, eventually you could probably talk the Reverend Riveter into that. You can help out with tending crops. Or you can visit a workbench or whatever other things that you want to do. That is that. So how do you guys want to spend day 1 at Mechminster?
Gizmo and I will help out with the watch. We'll patrol the. He needs to go for a walk anyway. So does the Brahmin. So we'll walk around the perimeter.
Nice. All right, that's a pretty good job for the dog as well. All right, how about you, Duncan? What do you want to do while you're at Mechminster?
I'm not gonna lie, I missed out on a lot of the things you said were possible, but I think what Duncan would be doing is just like working at the forge.
Is there something that you?
Nothing in particular. I don't.
Just kind of helping out.
Yeah, just helping out. Enjoying the fire, learning what I can.
All right.
Stares into it and goes, "Oh man, I think I lost my train of thought. You've been there for 10 hours."
Just staying at the fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
Okay. So I'm going to take everybody's answers and we'll work through how that day works out. What is so Quintilius? So you'll notice. You and Glitch both actually, like everybody's very welcoming except for the two of you. They have a general disdain towards children of the atom, and a synth just recently exploded in the church. So it's not so much as like they have hatred towards you, but they're definitely like
it's like 9/12.
A little uneasy, right? I don't know what to make of you. But you, they don't trust Quintilius too much, and it comes out pretty clearly. Not so much the general people in Limbo, but the people that actually like work for the church. So that being said, what would you like to do for your first day at Mechminster?
I'm gonna ignore the haters.
Well, sure.
I'm just gonna shake it off.
You just set up your own church inside the church. Your own second.
I hear you like churches, so I've installed a church within your church, so you can go to church while you church.
See, your church is even churchier than it was before.
My church is churchier, and it's smaller, which is, an atom.
Give sermons to everyone in Limbo.
It's the church inside of a church. It's the atom inside of a molecule. No, I'm going to sell all of my worldly possessions that I do not require to help the town, and I only ask for half caps because I do not require what I. Wow.
Okay.
Tiberius.
You're a super mutant.
Yeah.
You kind of get the same. You get the same thing from everybody, though. Yeah. Realistically, wherever you go, Diamond City. This is actually probably a step up from Diamond City, because Diamond City they actually had they fought like this big battle against super mutants. So I think you'll run into people there that still have some residual hate towards you. But here they're very welcoming of everybody from all walks of life, other than your children of Adam. And so I mean, you're a big scary guy. So beyond that, life is pretty
I want to
chill.
see if there's like anything can help around town. Like if there's like fixing stuff or like building stuff. Or, like,
Sweet.
Anything like that.
All right. All right, so I'm going to go back to the top with, Glitch, standing guard. We're going to do a perception. We're going to do perception and survival test. Difficulty. It's a difficulty 0.
That's good because I got 0.
You got 0. All right. So for the most part, you feel like it's kind of a redundant task what you're doing. It's you and this one other guy standing guard throughout the place, or walking the perimeter. You don't directly see anything, but there are times that like even Gizmo version 2 kind of perks up. Like there's murmurs in the buildings and wreckage around, but you don't specifically see anything in your first day necessarily. It's more maybe frustrated than anything else. There's that. So Duncan, you're spending some time with Reverend Riveter by the Forge. Could you do a charisma plus speech test? And it's difficulty 0 as well. Your successes are going to kind of be like what? You're hanging out with the Reverend, so we're going to see what you guys find out.
I got a success.
You've got 1 success?
1 success. I'm surprised.
All right. So, at first, I don't think she took you too seriously. You mentioned before wanting to learn how to forge weapons, and I think she was humoring you more than anything when she welcomed you to sit by the fire. But towards the end of the day, she starts opening up a little bit, and she lets you know that she started Mechminster to try to help people in the Commonwealth in a non-violent way, because her husband previously, he was actually a member of the Minutemen. Yeah, and he was killed. He was killed protecting the Commonwealth, and so now she's kind of sworn off violence. And she started up Mechminster Abbey, and that's why she has some sort of like a friendship towards Minutemen because of her relationship with her husband. That's what you're able to determine day one. Quintilius, you're gonna make me look up books. We're gonna sell some stuff.
It isn't much.
All right. What kind of thing? What are we selling?
Pipe pistol, coveralls, silt bean, canned dog food.
A silt bean?
Yeah, I have a silt bean.
You just have one bean?
One silt bean.
So
Imagine it's massive.
So,
I have this singular bean.
so
I mean, I know that you can eat the dog food and you can eat the silt bean. Right?
yeah, but I mean, you could. There are things like I would say specifically for food. If I'm picking up what you're trying to do, you could take food items and just donate them to the they have a stockpile that they use as well. And so I assume the stockpile is kind of what you guys end up eating out of, because there's all kinds of numbers.
Just a big trough, and everybody just kind
of. But there's a stockpile, and they can use that depending on how far into it you guys get. But you can donate that towards that, and that will help with your personal reputation with them.
Okay. I will.
So
then I will donate the canned food, the silt bean, and the ghoul meat. But I'll make sure it's labeled the ghoul meat. Just because somebody might have the dietary. You know those people who are like, I'm keto. Ghouls didn't exist in the Paleolithic era. Like, the ghoul meat is donated. The silt bean and the canned dog food. I'm wearing the tough clothes, the gas mask. I have two magazines. I'm actually keeping the pool cue because I think it'll look really cool as a lightsaber when it glows.
There's things you can do with the pool cue. I haven't looked up what the mods are, but I did see pool cue mods. Like, what would you do?
I'm pretty sure it's changed the color.
Put nails to that?
Can I sell my coveralls?
Your coveralls. Yeah.
I know they'll cover anything, but we'll keep the flare gun. The coveralls are gone. Does anybody want my uncommon material?
Yes.
That was what we exchanged. Then you can take 8. I gave
8. Uncommon?
Yeah, I gave Rob 2 of them so he could make his ramen milk containers. I assume the uncommon nature of it was that you found Tupperware that was not covered in spaghetti sauce. It wasn't it wasn't orange.
Yeah, it still burps.
Oh God,
It still works.
And that's. I don't know if it's worth me keeping the magazines. I never use them. I don't even know what they really do.
It might be, because you can take it as a perk when you level up.
That's true. I'll look through this book, and I'm done.
All right. So Tiberius, you were helping out. We're going to assume that you're going to help out with the efforts in rebuilding. There's a barricade wall kind of around that's been in shambles because they've had a lot of attacks from like frost feral ghouls. So that's a natural place for you to fit in there. So we're going to do strength and athletics test, and we're going to do difficulty is. We're going to treat this one as difficulty 0, just to see how you get the ball rolling.
I got 1 success.
I don't know what you're looking for.
1 success.
172. I'm looking for the magazine.
All right, good stuff. So you actually at first in the day they're a little nervous working with the super mutant, but you're a nice super mutant, right? You're not as rough. You're like a jolly green giant. And so by the end of the day, you beyond building the wall was the obvious part. You know you're going to be good at that, but you actually start building up some sort of camaraderie with some of the guys working on that on the wall together, and you're kind of find a little bit of a place. And that is the end of day. So at the beginning of day 2. You guys did good on day 1. There are each night. There's been a couple people. There's a couple less people hanging out at Limbo. So the numbers are going down a little bit. The Reverend isn't sure whether or not that's happening because the chems problem, oddly enough, stopped. Right? So it was starting to become a thing where like brawls were starting out in Limbo and things like that. And so it was becoming a growing concern. Now the chems seem to have stopped right now, possibly tied to the explosion. And maybe.
Did the guy die?
Each day there's a couple people that it seems like there's a few less people.
Is there strange meat showing up in the in like the food stores of the Abbey?
We should do a test. No. They're legitimately just people leaving in the night type of thing.
Leaving.
All right, so same kind of ideas. What would we like to do on day 2? Here in Mechminster Glitch, you were doing guard first date.
Mm-hmm.
Not much turned up, but Gizmo was kind of perking his ears up to certain areas.
Oh.
Do you want to keep kind of?
Yeah, I'll continue doing guard,
thing?
but I also want to stop by the confessional and or whoever I would go see about. I want to look into getting a lead-lined boxing glove.
A lead-lined boxing glove. Nice. So,
Pretty sure it's just rarity 1.
Yeah, so you need you have a boxing glove already?
No, and that's what makes it a rarity 1.
Yeah.
A boxing glove is a rarity 1 item, and the lead lining doesn't. It just says you need the blacksmith for it. Doesn't say anything about adding rarity to it.
Yeah, so you can go to the confessional. We'll have to do you're gonna have to confess something. But their rarity availability is 0, so you'd have to do a luck test to see. And your successes determine the level of rarity that you can find. So you'd only need 1 success. I don't know. Should we make you confess something first? Yes, we should make you confess something first before she even looks. So yes, it's Sister Amos' mission.
Oh, that's really clever.
I didn't write this stuff. I just read it. So
I'm gonna lean in real close and whisper. Synth.
Oh my god! I knew it was coming.
And he laughs at you because she's kind of a cool sister as well. She's got shades on. It's inside. She's still wearing shades, like aviator glasses. She laughs at you, and she's like, "I like you. No discount." What can I get for you?
I'm looking for a lead-lined boxing glove.
All right, so we're gonna do a luck test. So
I'm really good
I guess
at
it would be like
it's
luck
very low.
and survival. I don't know what else you would pair.
As long as it's
Or luck
survival,
and barter. Let's do luck and barter. That's
barter. That makes it even worse. Why do I have 2 points in barter? I don't know when I've spent these points on.
But you only need 1 success.
I got a 2. I did it.
There you go. She just so happens to have 1 boxing glove. You can see it's hanging at the back. She's like, I didn't even know what I was going to do with this. Reverend Riveter told me to throw this out. And I said, no. We're going to need this sometimes because I save stuff and make some fancy things out of it. So she pulls it. You can see it used to be 2 boxing gloves hanging together, but it's just the rim of the second one that's still hanging there. So she's got 1 boxing glove. And she's got it there for you. She's not going to offer you any discount on it because you did not have a very good.
I thought it was
very good
hilarious.
It was funny. But she does like the gossip. So it'd be 10 caps.
How about I give you a tire iron and a pool cue?
A tire iron and a pool cue. All right. I'll take that deal. For the record, I would have taken the tire iron. They melt things down here.
Ooh, fair.
Tire iron's got some good stuff. They melt down a lot of junk to do what they need to do with the forge.
Now I guess I have to go see what's her level 17 blacksmith there in the middle and be like, can you put some lead in this?
Yeah. And I would say I'll even let you group that together. Like that's day 2 type of thing. You can pretty much drop it off to her.
Mm-hmm.
She is not going to have any issues or problems with doing that. Not so much with you. Yeah. The glowing guy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But you, not so much. So that'll be your day 2. You drop it off to her. She'll work on that for the day. Quintilius, what does your day 2 look like hanging out at Mechminster?
I'm going to go and convert some of these sinners.
Which ones? There's
I'm going to basically try to amass some NPC followers.
Okay.
Somebody who, fodder for our quests.
Like, okay, so like, are you trying to?
I'm trying to convince people that the way of Adam is the right way, and in doing so, convincing them to follow us on what is obviously the be all to end all for Adam, and they want to be a part of it.
Okay.
I'm trying to convince them that they should hat up with us, and
okay, this is gonna be hard.
Absolutely,
this is like the hardest, like a pretty hard place for you to try to do this.
And I tell them that I will give them all chems if they do it
for a number of reasons. Oh, that's easier. That makes it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna say it's. I'm gonna go difficulty 4. But I'm also raising the complication range.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's right. So instead of complicating on 20, you're gonna complicate on like 18 plus.
Okay. Yeah.
Because this is not the place to be. But I mean, you might. There's a lot of commotion happening right now with the Church of Adam, and people are swayed one way or another. And when
there's a lot of fear.
That's it. And people are going, and the last son of Adam is actually making a lot of promises. So there may be people that want to sway.
May I begin by trying to convince Tiberius, another, in my opinion, creature of Adam, to assist me in preaching the good word.
Tiberius, is that how you want to spend your second day? That's up to you.
Sure.
You want to sign on to it, then
sure.
You can play his trumpet in the background while you.
I in fact can.
So
I remember you saying you got a trumpet.
Just to visualize this, because I can see this working a couple ways. I can see a man in robes talking nicely to people, very eloquently, as Quintilius would, and then there's Tiberius in behind them with a baseball bat.
Like, convert or else.
Right? Like, what is your role in this, Tiberius? How are you helping?
I like the trumpet idea.
I'm a nice guy, so I just try to.
Are you conversing along with them, or are you using your might to convince them?
In my opinion, he is a I had the word paragon of what Adam can do for humanity. He is strength, he is courage, and he is near the word that means compassion.
Oh, so he's not intimidating, he's showing off.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what Adam is.
Okay, so same difficulty.
From, Cool Runnings.
So,
I see pride. I see power.
Difficulty 4, complication range 18 plus.
Yeah.
You need to get your first success. Absolutely charisma and speech. Right?
Man, those are two things I didn't put anything in.
Tiberius. So if you get, you need at least one for him to assist. You will be assisting with charisma and athletics.
Do we have any AP? Ooh. And may I use it?
You have 3 AP in the board.
Would anybody care that if I used an AP, that's a group discussion?
Do it.
Okay. What's
he's
your
doing? He's doing speech and
my number is 6.
Is your speech a tag though? Probably not.
No, I think he's doing athletics.
It's charisma and athletics.
He's doing charisma and athletics?
Charisma and athletics. Because he's not intimidating. He's showing off his physique and his strength, and this is what
nobody needs to know that he's man-made.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine, yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
This is a great combo.
That is... Oh my goodness! That is 3 successes.
Oh my god!
That's a 3, a 5, and a 6, and my thing's a 7. So we have 3 successes. My son.
Can I use one as well?
You cannot when you're assisting.
No, when you're assisting. You can only roll 1 die.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh
you did it!
Woo! They greased him up real good and gave him like an extra ab here, so when he was flexing.
So congratulations, you guys have another companion. And that's what I imagine we're going to treat it as. I'll look up the exact companion that you get, but you're going to have a companion for your group. He's going to kind of follow you along. You have one person on day 2 that was like, yeah, you know what?
He's my familiar.
I like you guys pretty much. That's it. So like your group, beyond the 5 of you now, you got the 5 of you plus a dog, a 2-headed cow, and now you got a Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Just growing.
Oh man, if we get
You're
tired
like a
of him, we
family.
can throw him down the well.
You have a gang now.
Duncan, what are you doing on day 2?
I want to look for I don't know what the term for it. I took the chemist perk, so I want to find materials to make chems. You know what I mean? So I want to look around the surrounding area of Mechminster for weird fungus growing or weird things that I might put together to make chemicals.
Okay, yeah. No, so that's good. That's that'll go under it's kind of like foraging. So yeah, that's perfect. So let's do a perception and survival test.
I critically failed, but I will re-roll that.
Don't eat those
It's
mushrooms.
of all the things you want to do, don't do that.
I come back so high.
Yeah.
But I won't do that.
Oh, I got 2 successes.
2 successes. All right, so we're going to do 2 rolls on the foraging table. All right, so 2d20.
They didn't know. The moment they saw me, they started smacking.
8. That gives you a gourd.
Gourd.
What are you
I
doing?
found a lemon.
I laughed.
Or not a lemon.
And then you
It's
get
not
to roll
until
again.
That's when
14.
14. You also found some razor green.
formally
So day
gave
3,
everybody.
Oh, shit.
same idea. A couple more people in the night. The numbers have gradually been dwindling a little bit in the night.
It's time to put on my Sherlock hat. Investigate the.
And, but everything else is going good. Food's maintaining. At the end of the day, Mechminster was struggling. They were just managing to have enough food to feed everybody. Everybody's sleeping on pews in a very crammed thing that makes people unhappy as well. So there's certain things that affect the happiness and the willingness of them to stay. And then a robot, exploded. So that's
Don't worry, I was spooning with Duncan at the time. I hurt myself.
So then day 3, what would you do on day 3?
Same thing.
Now we're catching up. Same thing. So we're going to do the same type of test.
Stringy.
Ooh, 3 successes this time.
There you go. So we're going to do 3 rolls on the table. So Glitch, what are you going to do on your 3rd day here at Mechminster?
I'll go back to patrolling the perimeter.
Okay. Are you doing a kind of
Although-
a general search thing? Or are you focusing on where?
No, now I'm suspicious as to why the people keep leaving. So I'm gonna kind of keep my eye out for footprints or drag marks leading away from the building as I circle the perimeter.
Okay. So I'm going to. So we'll do same idea. It's going to be perception and survival. We're going to go difficulty 2 this time instead of 0 because now we're looking for something a bit more specific.
I got 1.
You can make it a 1 because you also does the mongrel help you with those things?
No, he's aggressive. He gives extra AP for fighting.
Gotcha. Okay. See, old Gizmo version 1.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. I mean, you see footprints. They don't see. There's no blood. All you can really see is footprints. You can't make anything. Gizmo's just smelling stuff and he's okay, good job, buddy. But nothing really turns up anything. So what do you guys want to do? What would you like to do on your day 3, Quintilius?
I would like to go and talk to
Sister Geiger in the steeple.
Yeah, I'd like to go talk to Sister Geiger.
Oh, perfect. I was hoping one of you guys would come up with Shiwi.
My inquiries are ranging from what she can do with the rads taken out, what we can do with those. I'm hoping that she could potentially make it so that looking for rarity 4 things is rarity 3 in this place because she's got the rads. If I was to look for, let's say, a nuke grenade or a nuke mine or a fat boy.
She's physically making the stuff.
Rad grenades, basically.
Yeah. Well,
Even rad grenades would be cool.
well, I'm looking at there's not really a rad grenade.
Not yet.
There's plasma grenades and there's pulse grenades. And they're energy. There's nuka grenades, which is what I really want.
Or an inhaler where you could just go and give yourself one rad
a
damage.
syringe with dirty water.
Right? Or it's if you had a pendant or something that was giving off radiation that you could just carry.
I need
around
something that
with
you
them.
want.
That would be so handy. Okay, so we're gonna do charisma and speech.
Yeah.
And I'm going to. So it's going to be difficulty 0 because your successes will determine how much. Because I have ideas of what she could do, but you guys have to kind of work together to make it happen. So we'll see. Your successes are going to see how well you guys work together.
It's not going to be very well.
I know. It's so different than going.
That's one success.
One success. Okay. So the top priority. What can we do with the rads when we take them?
Yeah.
So I mean, my first job is I think that the children of Adam are using radiation as a weapon, and that's what they're planning to do. So I want to try to neutralize this. So the first plan is to just literally use the device, the de-radioactivator, on enemies on the field. But to harness that, we would have to build something here where we can put somebody in like a chamber. Like a chamber. If we could build a chamber, we can put somebody in it and then de-radioactivate them here and then somehow take that radiation and put it to use in some other way.
What would it take to build this chamber? And we should probably keep this chamber secret. It'll be our chamber of secrets.
Oh, that's got a really nice ring to it. Somebody should write a book or something. That would be amazing. So yes, there are ways. There's pretty much in the settlement rules. There's like workbenches and stuff, and that's how I'll try to figure that out. So there's going to be like a lot of the materials, like the common materials and stuff like that, like the junk that we strap down into common and uncommon materials and caps. That's what it's going to boil down to build anything. Materials and caps. And time. And then time is variable depending on how many people work on that structure. But we'll work that out if that's what we decide to move forward with. Then Tiberius, what does your day 3 look like?
I would like to see if I can go to the Reverend Riveter and see if we can do something with a baseball bat that doesn't require money.
She will absolutely help you out because you saved all that scrap metal before.
I think so.
Which I figured we were saving it in order to turn it into a spiked baseball bat. Yeah.
That would be sick.
So it's not a spiked baseball bat yet, but you have everything you need to make that happen, right? So I would say day 3. We can. She will gladly do that for you. So your baseball bat will now become a spiked baseball bat.
Does it get piercing or persistent?
Yeah, I think it gets piercing now. Right, and
it's
then
that's Africa.
We're all set. Now we're all set for day 3.
Yes.
So end of day 3, contingent of Minutemen show up. They are led by Bryce Tucker.
No Betty White.
No, Betty White. No. She's off elsewhere right now.
She wasn't a real Minuteman. She just told us she was.
She
took advantage of our kindness.
I mean, she did save me and Tiberius.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been fine.
There he is. So Bryce comes into town with a contingent of Minutemen. They have this vehicle with them. It's like a flatbed vehicle. It's got 4 wheels on it. There's a guy walking beside it with like a joystick, and it's pretty much just moving supplies and gear. So they come in and they bring a bunch of food and caps for donation to the good sisters at Mechminster. The sisters there have been like preparing armor and everything for them just on good nature and helping their cause and everything. And so now it's your first time that you've actually seen them coming back and actually like doing something, but in good form, like lots of food, lots of stuff. They're very happy to be there. We are going to do a faction reputation test now to see how you guys mix with the Minutemen. So Bryce Tucker, I mentioned his name before, but he's actually from Diamond City. So he would be somewhat familiar with you guys. So most of your faction, or most of your reputation tests, I think are glitch. I think you're the highest.
Charisma,
yeah. So your
6.
current, your current reputation rank with the Minutemen is 2. So it's your charisma plus 2 is your target number. Your difficulty is 2. Because there's been some things. You guys helped, which is great, which is like helping getting the children of Adam out of the dugout in. That helped give you one of the bonuses to your target number. But your difficulties, there were some other things. Kind of somebody set fire to the dugout. You've also chosen to like hang out with people that the Minutemen are not crazy about, like the children of Adam.
Whoa. I'm not a child of Adam. I'm the child of Adam.
And super mutant. So both of those things are actually for factions. It works against you a little bit. So that's why it's a difficulty 2.
It's a good thing Betty White taught me that secret handshake.
If you want to spend a luck point, we'll say she's taught you and we'll lower the difficulty.
I only have 1 luck point. I can't waste it.
So there you go, Glitch. Not spending your luck point?
No.
You know what, though? You just donated a bunch of stuff. As well, right?
I've been giving them the fertilizer and the milk.
That is actually that is a positive thing that can work for you. So your target number would go up. So instead of target number 6, whatever is that, 1 higher than it is because you made some donations.
So it's what, a 9 or a 10? It was. I think it was.
You said it was 2.
Now it would have been my 6 plus 2, so now it's plus 1, so 9.
Yeah.
I can get 2 9s. Watch. Got a 10 and 15. I got 0 successes.
Right.
He went, "Hey, you fellow neighborinos."
Yeah, he is not so trusting of you. So when the Minutemen do arrive, Bryce sees you guys, and you can tell the moment where he recognizes you, and he is not impressed. He kind of rolls his eyes. And him and Reverend Riveter kind of go off deeper into the church to have a discussion.
Oh boy, is it frigid in here, or is that just the cold shoulder that Bryce Tucker gave the group? That's not very nice, is it? I mean, the party did help the Minutemen back in Diamond City. Sure, that plan may or may not have involved an attempted arson, but the point is, let bygones be bygones. But what do you think? Should the Bobbleheads make friends with the Minutemen? Or should they figure, you know what, it's their loss, and we're better off without them? That's the topic of this week's poll, so have at her on Facebook or on Spotify, and let us know what you think. But before we go, we introduced a lot of characters in this episode, but we introduced one in particular, Mother Watkins, and she was based on our very own James, who plays Duncan. We based Mother Watkins on his mom, Louise Watkins. I had the pleasure of meeting her a few times as we played some of our early games at her home. She welcomed us with hospitality and great food, and was honestly quite genuinely just happy to have us there. And she hasn't stopped showing her support in so many ways. She listens, she chimes in on the conversations on Facebook, and it just means a lot to have somebody in our corner. So I thought that Mother Watkins was an appropriate tip of the hat, if you will, and a bit of a way of saying thank you for so much support. Now, on that note, we're going to do something different with this week's question. Instead of just asking what you think of the episode, which we'd love to hear anyways, we're going to ask you, do you want to be a character? Do you have an idea for a character? Let us know. You've been listening for long enough. If you have an idea for a character, or if you think you would make a good character, just type it up. Let us know what your idea is, and we'll see if we can try to fit that in. I think it's going to be lots of fun, and we'll see where it goes. So until next time, have fun, find joy in whatever you're doing, and we'll talk to you next time on the Bobblehead Boys.